And welcome back to The Mountain Gardener. This is your host, Ken Lane, with his favorite gal, Lisa Waters Lane. She's been gardening her entire life, which is short, brief, and beautiful. You little youngster. How's your New Year's resolutions going?
Pretty good so far.
Really?
Yeah.
Name one.
Well, that's too
Pet,
personal.
pet my dog a little bit longer. Take an extra 30 minutes per day to pet a schnauzer.
Well, yes, they deserve it, and I
Uh,
deserve it.
Dry January is going pretty well for both of us.
Well, see, I wasn't going to say that.
Then we have to meet.
That's
We
too
have to
much
admit to folks
information.
we drink sometimes, but not in January. So it's kind of a
Right.
discipline. It's kind of a can you do it? It's kind of like a I don't know, like a fast. So in fact, I found myself the other day. Kind of had a little craving, not really, but going, oh, I'll use this time to pray. Kind of a reminder, going, true fast, biblical fast kind of thing. Or
Mhm.
there's several. Anyway, that's too personal. But
That
anyway,
is.
it's going good. I don't have.
Okay.
I think I feel better.
I feel good. I don't miss it too much.
I think I might be losing poundage.
I don't know about that.
No, not at all. Didn't help at all. I need that resolution to kind of.
Maybe by the end of the month we'll report again at the end of the month.
Maybe we
and
won't.
see.
So this is a garden segment. So we're talking about
That's all help.
our gardening. I noticed that the Scotty, we've got a Scotty at home,
Mhm.
a puppy, maybe
months.
6 months, 7 months
No,
old,
she's about 8 months.
8 months old. Anyway, found the love of digging holes.
That's a Scotty.
That's a Scotty. They like to
Yeah.
dig. So we've had
Mhm.
Scotties before. They love
Mhm.
going out. They love going with you and gardening. They like
Mhm.
planting bulbs and flowers. I'd planted some pansies, maybe a month ago, and they were looking pretty good. The snow had kind of was beating them up a little bit, and the
Yeah.
Scotty went, you know what? I think I'll jump up here in this
I'll help you.
ginormous pot, and I'll just like throw these things all over the patio. And so now it's just a mess. So and now they're in the raised beds.
I know.
So that's a puppy phase. Eventually,
Yeah.
Tilly will get out of it. That's our dog's name. So just puppy. And as soon as it warms up and it thaws, we'll be able to garden because Scotties are the best garden dogs
They are.
ever.
They like
They
to be
love
with
hanging
you.
out there with you.
Mhm.
So we'll kind of hang and trim. We've been trimming, pruning stuff already. So
Ah,
she likes that.
sure.
So anyway,
Yes.
what about gardening for you? What kind of this is a Q&A thing. What are
Well,
people asking?
3 minutes in, we
Yeah.
still haven't covered the question. But yes, we can do that. Speaking of pruning, there's actually a lot of pruning questions. So Tom moved into a home in Chino that has several mature apple trees, cherry trees, assortment of trees. He wants to know when he should start pruning those. And then also, what else should he be doing for those fruit trees right now, preparing for spring?
So you've got now, Tom, you've got about 6 weeks. This is Chino Valley. Anyone in the Central Highlands, from Sedona, Camp Verde, Cottonwood to Paulden, Chino Valley, Skull Valley, Kirkland, Prescott Valley, Dewey, Humboldt, the whole area, whole Central Highlands. We've got a lot of fruit trees here. So apples, pears, cherries, apricots, nectarines.
Mhm.
You can go on and on. There's a lot of them. Now through March is when we prune things. And so take your time, get a nice day, and just go knock it out. Get all those dead branches out of there, anything that grows to the middle, crossing branches, things that rub. There's some handouts on that. And I'll be writing a few garden columns on that here shortly. So follow us. You'll be able to get that, Tom. But you finish pruning now all of your fruit trees, all of them. There's different techniques for each one. There's not enough time for that. There's encyclopedias. That's one. Follow us on Facebook or Instagram or newsletter, and you'll be an expert by the time you get through March, because I've got 2 or 3 how to prune berries, how to prune fruit trees. Anyway,
Don't we do a garden class?
we do a
too?
garden class on that. So prune. When you're done pruning, you spray everything in the yard, really, but especially focus on fruit trees because you enjoy fruits, and so do bugs and disease and deer, and everything enjoys fruit trees because they're so sweet and delicious, and they're just, my mouth's just watering thinking about an apple. So anyway, that's you spray it with horticultural oil.
Mhm.
It's a heavy grade oil that coats the trunk, coats the eggs that were laid down in the crevices of the trunk and the crotches up in the branches. You're hosing that entire thing down from a couple directions with a hose and sprayer. I mean, this is quantity more than quality. Just get that oil up there. It will coat the eggs and suffocate them.
Mhm.
There are bugs wintering over at the base of your tree, up in the trunk. You don't see them,
Yeah.
but they're there,
Mhm.
and they're waiting to come out till that tree blossoms and to start munching on your apple tree. Spray it with horticultural oil, gets rid of it. Right after that, you fertilize. So do all of this. It doesn't matter the sequence really. Just prune, spray with horticultural oil, and put a fruit tree food down, and you're set. And then wait for spring to come.
Mhm.
So things will start blooming. Typically April through May is when fruit trees bloom.
Right.
It starts with apricots, then nectarines, and just a series of blossoms that happen. And it feels like it's going to be a good year. So the buds are big.
Yeah.
On the trees, on the maples, on the aspens.
Mhm.
Things are looking like they're plump and happy, and they want to grow.
Right. And I just want to say the horticultural oil is a organic oil.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, it's not toxic
Right.
to us or other
Right.
critters in the yard. Just
Right.
those bugs that we don't want.
Just the bugs. It's probably the safest. Now there are different kinds of oils. There are petroleum-based oils, so
Mhm.
like oily base oils. I would say don't use those. I mean, you'll save a couple dollars by buying one of those, but it's not organic. It's
Right.
it's not as good. It's going to hurt your birds and the dogs and yourself. You can go with organic oils that are super safe.
Mhm.
And they aren't that expensive. They
Right.
go a long way. So I
They
think it's
do.
a couple tablespoons to a
Mhm.
gallon of water. So it goes a long ways.
Right.
And good advice.
And the other thing is, yes, spray your fruit trees, but even your evergreens.
Oh yeah.
You can
Yeah.
spray those as well. Everything in the yard.
Spray everything when you've got that tool out. So get a good hose and sprayer. This
Mhm.
is where a good tool, you'll pay a little bit more for a really good tool, but you'll use it for decades,
Right.
and it makes the job super easy.
Mhm.
Just pour this stuff, pour the oil in the hopper, connect a hose, and
Off
spray
you
the
go.
whole yard. Evergreens, roses,
Mhm.
anywhere where you had a disease. Oils actually will coat spores of powdery mildew and leaf
Mhm.
spot. And there's a lot of benefits with it, not just insects, but Tom's question was fruit trees specifically in Chino Valley.
Yep.
That's what you do, Tom.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Next question concerns pruning as well, but this one is more about pruning a large blue spruce. So Shelby
Okay.
has a large blue spruce, mature, encroaching on a driveway.
Yeah, it's classic.
So needs to prune it, wants to know when's the best time to do that.
Yeah. So now's the time. So winter. So the new year kind of marks the start of pruning season. And typically you have until everything wakes up in spring, which is the end of March.
Mhm.
So you have until spring, which is March 21st or whatever. So feel some urgency, but that's a few weeks away. So
Right.
you've got some time. Just pick a nice day, but you'll cut back those lower branches on a spruce. And hopefully it's not encroaching too much,
Yeah.
because if you prune them up too high,
You look funny.
a spruce can look Dr.
Yeah.
Seuss's,
Yeah.
Susie, whatever that word
Ugly.
is. Make up words on the airwaves, just spew them out there. It looked like a Dr. Seuss garden,
Yeah.
but a few limbs.
Right.
I like spruce and evergreens pruned up a limb or two, because it makes it easier to clean out from underneath them. Your quail and your birds won't be happy, because they love to spend time
That's their
underneath.
protection.
Yeah, that's right. But it's you got to park your car.
That's
That big
true.
old 350 out there in the driveway. Dooley, I can just see her now. You cowgirls.
There you go. Well, I do have another question, but I think it's gonna.
Hey, if you did it really quick, maybe.
Okay. Wants to put in a 200 square foot wildflower garden.
Yeah.
Wants to know what does she need to know?
In 15 seconds or less. Hey, come in. We've got a handout. We make our own wildflower seed.
Mhm.
There's different qualities. This is one where you want good quality wildflower seeds, because
Makes
that
a
means
difference.
perennials.
Mhm.
So they'll come back every year. So you do it once and you're done for years. But come in and talk to us sidebar here at the Garden Center. We have a
Mhm.
class at the end of this month
Mhm.
called Why January is the best month to plant wildflowers. Come in and see us. Ken and Lisa Lane, the Mountain Gardeners, will be right back right
Okay.
after this.